at first,
right.
for me, especially early in our marriage,
Yeah.
I wanted to get away.
Ooh.
It's like, I'm gonna be right here. You go over there.
Yeah.
And we can be good.
Right.
But
You wanted space.
I needed space. Yes.
The Joyce Team Lovecast.
They podcast. We love cast.
Family, and we're back. It's good to see you guys. You are now tuned into the Joyce Team Lovecast. I am Chris Joyce.
And I'm Lucia Joyce.
And on today, we're just here to talk to you about some real tips for your relationships.
With real love in a real way.
Real love in a very real way.
Yes.
Real conversations.
Yes.
We talk about real things.
Yes.
In relationships.
In our relationship.
We smile a lot.
Yes. I laugh a lot.
But we've seen life together.
Yes.
Again, 2024, this year, our love turned legal.
Yes.
21 years together.
21 years.
Yeah. This June, it'll be 19 years married.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that.
Yes, me too.
Yeah. Now, one of the key components for us making it, as long as we've made it,
yes,
is learning how to deal with different things in our relationship, in our marriage. One of those things that we'll address, again, we talk real now. We're talking real.
Talking real.
Is anger. Anger. Getting angry with your significant other.
The person that you love.
Yes. Being angered.
Yes.
By whether it was something said, something done, actions, words, whatever. Being angry.
Right. And I don't think that we intend on making each other angry. Because I don't think that if you love someone, you would purposely make them angry.
Right.
But it happens.
It happens. It does happen.
Miscommunication, that may play a big part of it. Or misunderstanding.
Yes. Yes.
That plays a big part of it. I think maybe misunderstanding, really.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Very, very big part of it. And so one thing we've learned to do to help us navigate the moments when we become angered at each other is looking at anger as an enemy. Anger as an enemy. You are going to get angry about something in this travel together. This journey, right? Yeah. But it's about how you respond to that anger, right?
Yeah.
And so the question becomes, how do we confront issues in a mature and balanced manner? When you become angry, it happens. Right. But how are you going to confront these issues, this thing that's gotten you angry, in a mature and a balanced manner, right? Now, rarely, if ever, have I seen people say anger has caused me to make good decisions.
Right.
I got mad and I made the best decision of my life.
Right.
And I'm not talking about people who leave people who said that was the best decision.
Right.
I'm talking about in a healthy relationship, or what you want to grow to having a healthy relationship. And you're saying, man, I got so bad at you, man. I just started to love you better and make better decisions. It's unlikely. It's very rare that you see that happen.
Right.
So the question is, how do you come through this angry scenario, being angered, and come out better on the other side of it, right? One thing that we've learned is to be able to allow anger to push us to be proactive to find a peaceful resolution.
Yes. And in order to do that, you have to stop and kind of think. Because at first,
right,
for me, especially early in our marriage, I wanted to get away.
Ooh.
It's like, I'm gonna be right here. You go over there.
Yeah.
And we can be good.
Right.
But
you wanted space.
I needed space. Yes.
Now, do you think that was good?
No, it was good to calm down. But I don't think it's good to stay there because, for instance, like I know a lot of people, it's like, well, I'm sleeping in our bed and you sleep on the couch.
Who's sleeping where? Listen, there's one thing I told her early in our marriage. I said, I don't care how mad you get at me. Your butt better get in this bed. You understand me?
Yes.
I said we gonna sleep in the same bed. I don't care how mad we get.
Yeah.
We both gonna go to bed in the same bed.
Yep.
In the same space.
Yep.
And we gonna sleep.
Yeah.
And we gonna wake up and we gonna figure it out. But we're not gonna put further space in a situation that's already possibly fractured.
Right.
Because anger pulls you apart.
Yes.
Peace puts you together. And if it's not at peace, I truly think the worst thing you can do is try to pull apart for an extended amount of time. Now you can take a breather, breathe.
Because you gotta think.
Yeah.
You gotta think about the situation and stuff like that.
Right.
And I know we're always taught, never go to bed angry. And that's hard.
Very
sometimes.
hard. Very hard.
And you, depending on when your disagreement, happened, could really determine whether or not how angry you will go to bed. But you gotta figure it out.
Right.
Because you probably won't get any sleep.
Horrible sleep.
And then it's a devil's playground.
Oh my goodness.
Because then you got these crazy thoughts.
Oh.
And really uncalled for thoughts or whatever, but you're so emotional and you're not being rational.
Right.
And so you're kind of acting out of those emotions. So
and one of the hardest things to do as you become angered, but you have to listen. If you can master this, there's no level of anger you cannot come down from. Being able to stay rational and control your emotions, even though you might be upset.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it again. Learning how to stay rational and control your emotions, even when you are upset. Now you can have distaste for something, but you don't have to be just go crazy and belligerent. And some people even have a quiet anger. But that quiet anger be nasty though. You know what I mean? Be nasty quiet anger. You just smell the anger on them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so learning how to control your emotion, it takes time. It takes work. But you have to put it in practice.
Right. So then you just take a minute. It's like, okay, let's look at the big picture.
Look at the big picture.
Is
this fight really worth being at odds for the next 4 or 5 days?
Right. What are we going to get done if we're mad at each other?
You ain't getting nothing done.
What's up, Lovecast lovers and friends? This is a special segment of our show where we like to talk about what we do to enhance our relationship, and we like to call it love exercises. So this love exercise is called the 90-second igniter. And what you do is you hug your spouse for at least 90 seconds without letting them go. And so what we normally do is in the morning, I'm up early, and when Chris comes downstairs to get his coffee, we'll hug for 90 seconds, at least 90 seconds, sometimes longer. And we like to start our day like that because it just gives us that feeling of being together, and that's how we like to start our morning. So let us know in the comments when you have tried this love exercise. We'll see you next time.
This way, if you're looking at the big picture, understand that progress is more important than being right.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. If we can move past this, you don't have to say, well, I told you so. I was right all along.
Right. And it, you know what it does? But it takes a lot of selflessness to get to that point. To say, you know what? I'd rather be with you than try to fight this thing out to where I'm right. Because progress ultimately is peace.
Right. And that's what we want. We want peace.
We want peace.
Yeah.
Because peace enhances your communication. Peace, it enhances your efficiency and your effectiveness. If you're in a relationship, even if you're doing business together, whatever you're doing, peace is the way you do it. Me personally, I can't get nothing done if I'm frustrated. If I'm mad, if my thoughts are all over the place, if the atmosphere is chaotic, I just can't pull it together.
Nope, can't concentrate.
You can't concentrate.
Because you're thinking about the issue.
You're thinking about the issue, right? But peace will allow you to thrive.
Yeah.
So the goal is to find that peace or to go after peace. And so you're in a relationship, you're in your significant other, and you're mad.
Yeah.
You're angry. What do you do? How do you navigate this space? How do you fix the situation? Well, we got a couple pathways to resolution, to finding peace. Number one,
you would be considerate and speak calmly to your partner.
Ooh.
Remember, this is somebody that you love,
right?
Who has really made you upset.
But you got to be considerate and speak calmly. How easy is it to fly off the handle, give that person a piece of your peace or your mind, right?
Right.
Because they done angered you in some type of way. Matter of fact, think about it. How many times have you said something out of anger that you really didn't mean? And we all know once it comes out of your mouth, it ain't no taking that thing back.
Right.
You know, I know early in our relationship, man, we had to go do the do-si-dos with this.
Yep.
Because, man, we would get angry for a myriad of reasons. And then, you know, words, oh, man, mouth diarrhea. And you, oh, my goodness, you done said something.
Like, well, I didn't really mean that.
I ain't mean it like that, though. I mean, you can ginsu, man. And you don't even mean it like that. But you're just speaking out a heightened sense of emotion, right? And understanding, going back to, like I said, speaking calmly and learning how to master your emotions, control your emotions, because your emotions are like feelings and they change. It could be very temporary, but you don't want to make something permanent from a temporary scenario.
Right.
Number two is we don't want you to forget, like she said a second ago, you're talking to somebody who you love.
Right.
This is a person you love, right? So you don't want to talk to them like you hate them.
Right.
You know,
and
don't
you're
get me.
not gonna fall out of love over an argument, and because you're angry,
right?
You know.
But you can say some things, and do some things that can seem hateful,
right?
If you leave your anger unchecked,
yes.
So you got to learn how to get a grip on that thing, man, before that thing run off. Anger will run off on you. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people in a lot of relationships that have broken up because they've allowed anger to linger too long. And they never got a grasp on that thing and thought about, listen, I love this person.
Right.
I can't talk to her all crazy just because I'm having a moment.
Right.
Because in an hour from now, I'm going to cool down. I'm going to be like, can you want to get something to eat? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean?
We still got to do life together.
You still got to do life. So think about that, you know, as you're with that person. You know what I mean? And number three, before we got here is love always strives for a peaceful resolution.
Yes. Always.
If I love this person, I should be striving for a peaceful resolution.
Yes.
Nothing should be the thief of our peace for a long-term scenario.
Right.
There's going to be trials. There's going to be tribulations, but I can't stay at odds with you forever.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if you learn how to limit the time on your anger, it gets less, and you become better at managing your moments of distaste and dissatisfaction. You won't allow it to take you down a road you don't need to be on.
So when we were early in our marriage, you know, we would want to be separated. But I noticed a couple years ago, and I wouldn't want to talk. If I was upset, I don't want to talk.
Yeah, man.
And so,
upset.
And so I noticed a couple years ago, if we would get angry about something, you would immediately start talking to me. And I'm like, why are you talking to me right now?
Fellas, let me give you
I don't want to talk.
Dwell with your wife according to knowledge. I know.
But it snaps me right back.
Snaps them right back, Chief. You gotta learn your trick. That was my trick. I'm like, oh, I know you want to get away from me. Come here.
Yep.
Come here. Come here. You want to shut down? Nah.
Yeah.
Let's talk
You
about
wouldn't let me. You wouldn't let me. And so now we navigate that space much different.
Oh,
and
man.
It's a lot easier because we'll have a disagreement. We'll get upset about something. And then literally sometimes within minutes we can get it together.
Bring it right back. So
this episode of the Joyce Team Lovecast is sponsored by VO Marshall's Salon and Beauty Bar in partnership with Tracy Ellis Ross's Pattern Hair Care products. Embrace the beauty of your curls with the What's Your Pattern campaign. Reserve your spot now by dialing 843-934-2037. Unleash the perfect pattern for your hair.
Again, as we close out this pod, I just want to remind you, if you approach anger as if it's an enemy to your peace and ultimately a peaceful resolution, as you may bump heads, whatever the case may be, always understand peace is what love will drive you to. If this is the person you love, if your significant other is the one you love, what you should, you should always want peace.
Yes.
And anger is an enemy.
Yes.
So do whatever you got to do to get on the same page. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So with that being said, you were just watching the Joyce Team Lovecast. I'm Chris Joyce.
And I'm Latia Joyce.
Hey, we'll see you next time.